Evening, boys and girls. Welcome to today, and oh dear, have I had a hell of a last few days. My God, the story is to follow once I get to my destination, because I'll probably be there a while. But damn, it's been a hell of a week. Well, made it to my first destination. Lovely dabbling. Well, it was a bit of a destination change, so because some idiot left the site they were at and went straight back to the yard without phoning in, so that's going to cause an argument. But anyway, I'm in a queue. So, what happened to me so far this week? What didn't happen to me so far this week? Right, so I started on Thursday. Wednesday I got a phone call saying my start time for Thursday and that I'd have a driver with me. So it was like, fair enough, no worries, lovely jubbly. And of course, whenever I'm doing like an assessment drive or something, I don't take my cameras for obvious reasons. And got into work, got issued the run, and it was the long run. I hate doing assessment days on the longest run. So it's collection from around the corner, Milton Keynes, just north of Nuneaton, just south of Manchester, and back again. It's annoying for the person who's doing the assessment because they're not paid. So it's a 13 odd hour day. Somebody really likes to hold on their little electronic pump truck thing. Constant. It's constant. What? Why? He's loving his horn. I feel like leasing my one off. Let him get down the front of me and go. Vroom. Well, you're leasing your one off. But yeah, anyway. So they're not paid. So it's about a 13-hour day when everything works. Well, it didn't. Nothing worked. We got the vehicle and it all seemed kosher. So off we went. We picked up. And we made the first delivery. Nothing untoward. I mean, it was a heavy load, so slowing down is normal when you're going up incline. And then on our way to the place just north of Nuneaton, it was slower than it needed to be, slower than it should have been. There was no warning lights on the dash or anything like that. But we were doing 40 when we could have been doing 50, considering we'd just dropped half a load in Milton Keynes. So I phoned up and I explained the situation, and the vehicle had been in VOR'd the day before, or the evening before I got it. They're just going to keep hitting their horn. You're probably not hearing it because that's not got the microphone plugged into it. I'm just using its microphone, but I can hear it. It's putting me the hell off. So I phoned up and I let them know, and like I said, it had been in VOR'd for the same problem and they'd replaced the sensor. So chances are it's going to be a fuel filter clog or something like that is what I was told. I didn't think it was, but whatever. So crack on and they'll send a mechanic out to change the fuel filter. Okay, so we made the delivery and we went to our next port of call just outside Manchester, just south of Manchester. Of course, we're running empty, so power drain, you don't really notice it, whatever. So we got all the way there. And I phoned up and they said, oh no, we can't get a mechanic out to you, so do the best you can, and if you run out of time on the way back, we'll send somebody to recover you, because we're in a single bunk unit and there's 2 of us, so we ain't nighting out. Fine, brilliant, we'll try and bring it back. And then the fun and games start, because we've got a heavy load to come back, and we're going slow and getting increasingly slower as the journey carries on. Well, the M6 is mullered, it's completely and utterly done, so we nip off down the A50 and across, join the M1, carry on down there. Now, at this precise point in time, by the time we got to the M1, going up hills, we were just about able to do 30. So, hazards on, into the hard shoulder. Pull yourself up there. At one point, we actually got an escort from a traffic womble. They pulled in behind us as we were going up the hill. And then we gained our speed again and we pulled out. Well, just before we were getting to Watford Gap services, just before junction 17, Watford Gap's just after junction 17 going south. This thing's going up an incline that isn't that steep at 15 miles an hour. 1-5. That's it. As far as I'm concerned, hard shoulder hazards on, obviously. Stopping at Watford Gap, the vehicle's done. It's toast. It's not going any further. Because Watford Gap, junction 17, just past junction 17 on the M1 to junction 26 on the M25, is a little bit of a distance to go when every time you go up a minor incline the vehicle just can't pull itself. So we stop in at Watford Gap, then I phone up and we end up getting recovered. But that causes a few arguments. I won't go into too many details. Needless to say that the guy who was on night shift at Transport, there was only one of them, was having a very bad night himself. Another driver had dropped a client's double decker on its knees in our yard. So he was having to deal with that, and then I phoned up breaking down, and of course the vehicle I had a new sensor at God knows how much money those sensors cost. Fitted the night before, and now it's got the same problem, and it was just a case of, well, you're going to have to wait for recovery then, because I'm cutting a long story short here, because I don't want to go into too much detail, because there was an argument, a big argument, massive argument. But a mechanic had come out. Junction 18, there's a Scania place. I didn't know this until the mechanic came out and told me, because this is the first place I've ever driven Scanias out of, so I don't know where the service areas are. Anyway, he's come out, and I laughed when I found this piece of information out, but I understand, you know, the significance of this. Of all the Scania mechanics in the UK, there are 2 of them that hold the golden spanner. I'm sorry, I just think that's funny. The golden spanner. And this is one of them. He's one of the top mechanics, and there's a training place at junction 18 as well, so he does that. And he came out, plugged the laptop in, found out that it was T113 sensor, it was toast, and that this vehicle, there's no way it was going to make it back. It was shutting down. It had it. We were lucky to get to Watford Gap. Now, up until the mechanic, qualified person, prohibits that vehicle, VORs it, whatever, decides it needs recovery, the driver can make a decision. Okay, the driver can say, well, let's see how much further I'll get. You shouldn't, but you can. The moment a qualified person stops that vehicle, prohibits that vehicle, VORs it, writes down on the paperwork, you know, it needs recovery, you now no longer can make any decision. You just have to sit and wait. That's it. Done. Because if you get stopped and a qualified person has prohibited that vehicle, you are in the crap. End of story. So I've had to phone back, and that's when the argument ensued. Um, but it was a 3-hour wait before a recovery guy was to get to us. He did it in about 2 hours 20 minutes, and of course it's a couple of hours back because you're on a wrecker, so he ain't going 56. Not when you're fully loaded and you're over 100 feet long. Um, so it ended up being a 21-hour day. Very, very annoying. It was even worse for the poor bastard on assessment, because if you remember at the start of this story, I told you they don't get paid. But anyway, that was that. So I ended up having the Friday off. No way I could work it. I was basically walking in my front door at the same time, 24 hours after my shift had started previously, so roughly the same time I would have been starting my shift. So no. Got back in on Saturday and I got given a class 2 into London, so that was brilliant. Elephant and Castle on a Saturday, nothing better. And that was an enjoyable day because I got to one of the collections in SW16, and nobody told me that the guy loading me doesn't start until 8 PM. I got there at 17:40. So again, sitting around waiting, wasting time. The thing is, the next collection was Felton Way. So up the M4 312 and that way. Well, I'm just the other side of Elephant and Castle. So you got all the bridges, haven't you? I'm in an 18-tonner, so I can go over a number of them. But I don't know South London very well at all. Sorry about that. Oh, just got a forklift guy saying, "You're the next on." Well, yeah, I know. But whatever. Yeah, so I mean, I don't know South London very well at all. Most of the stuff I've ever done in London has been North London, you know? So, I use my PratNav, and unfortunately my PratNav was losing signal left, right and centre. So it was freezing on me. I was like, "Ah!" I knew roughly what way to go, what roads to follow, because I always check the route first, so I know the road numbers to look for. But in London, okay, that road goes that way, all of a sudden, no, it goes that way, what the, oh crap. So there's always that kind of woo moment. And South London, do you guys believe in road signs? Out of curiosity. I mean, seriously, I'm coming up to major junctions, nothing. Absolutely sod all. No road sign at all. I don't know what road that is. And so I'm trying to look for this road, and in the end what I'd done is I'd set my phone up so that I had the Google map so that I could actually follow myself. I had my PratNav hoping to God it was going to get signal and go bing into life. And so I'm trying to, right, so this is this, that. I'm basically using a road map, but the modern way. And I managed to find the destination, but coming back, it's a case of, I'm not going to go over Tower Bridge, I'm not going to go over Westminster Bridge, I'll go over Vauxhall Bridge, because once you get over Vauxhall Bridge, you can nab a tasty little left down Chelsea Embankment, follow that all the way round, you go up the 3202, I believe the road is called, past Earls Court, and you end up on Cromwell Road A4, bang a left, tidy, all the way down the A4, M4, 312, everyone's a winner. Now, some of you may be familiar with that area, most of you won't. I didn't know this because it's been years since I went into Vauxhall at all, whatever, because I haven't worked for that company for a number of years. So, or I haven't worked for the retailer that used to go into that area, you know, Pimlico, Victoria, Vauxhall area, that kind of stuff, for a number of years. So I get over this bridge. Now remember, the person who loads me starts at 2000, 8 PM. It's only 2 pallets. So I've left. I've now got to go all the way back round Elephant and Castle and around this area and get to Vauxhall. on a Saturday night. I get over Vauxhall Bridge and I'm banging a left and I see a sign, 7.5 ton weight limit from 9 PM till 6 AM. I look at the clock and it's 20:52. Right, I'm getting on this road. I don't care. If I'm on it when the clock changes, I'm trying, I'm getting out. But it's between Vauxhall Bridge and the next bridge. I don't know the name of that bridge. I might be able to find out. Hold on 1 second. Let me just do this and I shall let you know. Right, hold on, my friend. There, that's dum. So I go out of there. Hold on a minute. It's gone all funky. My phone's gone funny. Oh, there's Elephant and Castle. Follow that down there. Past the Kia Oval. So you got Vauxhall Bridge, bruv, lovely jubbly, and the next one, which was closed anyway, is Chelsea Bridge. Haha, would make sense. Chelsea Embankment. Should have known that one. Silly arsehole. I thought, sorry. But yeah, it's literally from Vauxhall Bridge down Grosvenor Road to Chelsea Bridge, and you pick up the 3212 Chelsea Embankment. So Grosvenor Road, if you didn't know, has a 7.5 ton weight limit between 9 PM and 6 AM every single day of the week. I didn't know. I managed to get past the bridge, the Chelsea Bridge, onto the 3212. And it was 20:59. I was like, just did it. Just covered it. Make sure they're not shouting at me. And then you just follow it all the way down. You pick up the, oh no, it's a 3220. Sorry, I told you wrong. Going up past Earls Court. Yeah, it's a 3220, not the 3202. Sorry, 3220. Now, I'm looking out for you, you see. How many other YouTubers tell you that, eh? None. Exactly. I might tell you the wrong road, but then I correct myself. And then yeah, bang a left on Cromwell and straight down the A4, pick up the M4, and everybody is a winner. But that was my week. I had significant breakdown, recovery on a wrecker, and then lost a day, so I don't get paid when I don't work. So I lost 150 on that one, and then got class 2 around central London. Brilliant. And today I'm in a class 1, and this particular vehicle, this particular one I'm in, for pretty much 2 weeks I had this vehicle almost every day. There was a couple of days where I didn't have it, but pretty much for 2 weeks I had this vehicle. So here comes a Scania from Slovakia, I think that is. Slovakian V8 Scania. Yep, Slovakian. Hitting your horn is not going to stop it. You need to get out. Oh, silly bastard. I'm sure some drivers are slightly special, because he's got to the gate and it's closing, and it's a long gate. Okay, it's a wide entrance, at least 20 foot, and it's closing slowly, and it was barely a quarter of the way closed when he got to it, and he stopped and he's hit his horn. All he has to do is stop, get out like I did when I was coming in, because it was doing it to me, walk over to one of the sensors, put your hand across it, the gate stops and opens again. But no, he's going to sit there and hit his horn. I'm sure some drivers don't have the sense they were born with. But whatever. Yeah, this one, like I said, I'd had it for pretty much every day for a couple of weeks. Quite recently, actually. End of last month, beginning of this month. It's September at the minute. And so I have had virtually everything that was even remotely damaged fixed. So this unit is my favourite unit. Everything works on it. It's clean, it's tidy, virtually all the tyres are new. Well, they're worn now, obviously a month's worth of work on them, but a month on truck tyres, they're new, let's be honest. And it's brilliant. I saw it and I thought, right, I'm having that. I don't care, I'm having that unit. And I walked in and I went, right, I want that unit. Okay, no worries, and he told them and I got this unit, so I'm happy because I'm actually in a unit I like. Although I am going to have to sit in the traffic at the Dartford crossing for the tunnels, because instead of having the run I was supposed to have the other side of Maidstone, I'm junction 2 off of the A2 from the M25 going out towards Dover, going out towards Corst, Canterbury I should say. Dover's the M20 in it, numbnuts. You know what I mean, going that way. But yes, so I'm going to get loaded from here and sit in a whole heap of traffic for the Dartford crossing. I'm sure the Dartford crossing ran smoother when it was toll booths. I'm sure it did. I can't, you know, I'm casting my memory back to when there were toll booths there, and I used it loads of times. And it used to open up, you had all these toll booths, and then it all closed back down into the 2 tunnels. And I cannot remember, other than when there's massive accident or something like that, or a significant issue, the queue going all the way back towards the M26 junction with the M25. Since they've taken the toll booths away, theoretically it should be freer moving, it's always knackered. It's a Sunday, it's knackered. A Monday, knackered. Tuesday, knackered. And it's all day. It's not rush hour or peak times. It's all day. It never used to be like that with toll booths. So I'm going to have to sit in that. So that's, you know, this week all the planets have aligned to screw me over. So I've been screwed. But anyway, that's enough chatting from me. I've got a friend who's recently moved house and he's having a conversation with me about it. And my phone's gone off, so yes, I've got to speak to him about his new LG American style fridge freezer, which cost him £1,600, and he got the keys to his new house, his first home, on the 14th of this month. It's the 23rd now. Who's spent all his money buying his house and decided to get a £1,600 fridge freezer. 1,600 quid for a fridge freezer. I like LG, don't get me wrong, but Jesus Christ, it's a fridge freezer. I mean,